For the record, welcome to the January 28th meeting of the East Hempfield Township Recreation.
I don't think that we have, I think we leased the equipment to them. So they are in control of the equipment and I believe responsible for maintaining.
Okay,
I think the lease pushes all that to them.
okay. Let's take a look at that and be sure of that. Okay, take a look at the lease and be sure of that. Then we don't have to worry about that. That's fine. Okay, moving on to the Finance and Operations Committee. Anything to report, guys? On the barn and pro shop project. Cindy, anything you could tell us about what's going on there?
You got Gorski's latest proposal for putting the pro shop into the snack bar. It comes in at just over $1 million. It has 2 offices, 2 restrooms, raises the floor slightly.
Okay. Everyone believed that moving ahead with the renovation to a current space would obviously save us a lot of money, and it would be good for us to be moving in that direction. Any comments from anyone here?
I mean, I think the renovation way is better than the tear down and build new.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. To do that project at first, the way we had it first planned, it was just so much money for a pro shop function. I know the utilities is a big part of that, and we need that for future development on the site, but it just was the number scared me.
I agree.
Well, the nice thing about this from my standpoint is the fact that we can move forward with the renovations and keep the current pro shop space operating.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once the renovation is done, then we can get into demolition and tearing out the current space. So
The only question I have is from a finance standpoint, we've got, just over $1 million for the pro shop.
Mhm.
Irrigation system's $2 million, and you got 600,000 coming up on the golf carts. Is that concerning to anyone? We're not really necessarily accruing money to cover everything down the road.
Yeah, did we get a number on that sprinkler? It shouldn't be much more over that $1 million.
I reached out to Jim and that's what I got back.
Got back $2 million.
Yeah, irrigation is it.
Yeah, but I thought we talked about this, like Bent Creek just did theirs and theirs was like 2.2. Conestoga just did theirs. Theirs was 1.6. I feel like around those numbers, and we have less heads than all of those courses.
Don, when we met with the contractor, the provider of the equipment, he gave you a number, I think, between 2 and 2 million.
It was his number was between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I got the first drawing and he had 700 heads on there. So I sent it back and told him to take half of them off where we don't need them. So I'm waiting for that second draft. But it's probably going to be a good 2.
and we're looking at projecting out to when for this project?
I mean, as soon as we can get it done, we're leaning on the end of the life cycle of this system, and the software is going out of. It's not going to be supported much longer, so we at least have to get the software, and then the pumps and everything that's on its last legs. So, I mean, whenever we can do it in the next few years.
At this point, it's not crucial, but it needs to be planned for. So
Right.
if you say in the next 5 years, you should have it in the system with a plan to put it there, that would be great. You don't need to do it tomorrow, but you do need to plan for it.
Yes. And if something happens to the pumps or something, then we'll have to face that whenever it happens.
Yeah, every time there's a problem, they have to go out searching for parts because the system is that old.
But the pumps are repairable.
So far,
for
they
the
have
time being
been.
So far.
If there's parts available. If not, we'll have to replace it with a new one.
Okay.
I had a question, Don. Obviously, the new system might have different pump size, capacity size. Can we do that piecemeal? If the pump goes out, can we just get something that's going to be usable in a new system?
I would think so. That's probably all that's going to be available is a new pump. So I would think I can check into that, but I don't know what other choice you would have really.
I mean, I just don't see us coming up with $2 million in the next year or two for irrigation. If we, we're going to get the new controllers, right? Isn't that the $17,000?
Oh yeah, the software,
Yeah. Oh, the software. Okay.
which
Is that
will
all
then,
it is? Software? It's not, whatever, what should I say? Computer
well, it's the whole computer and
component
all
or
the,
whatever?
Yeah,
the
it turns the heads on and off.
yeah, it's the computer and all the latest software for it.
Right. Okay. Right. It's
yeah.
just not software. Okay.
How many sprinkler heads do we have right now?
Around 280.
And we'd be moving to how many more?
I probably took at least, I bet I probably took 200 off of there to start with, and then we'll see. It might be a couple back and forth to try and get it back down to where I want it.
Were they going up both sides on the original?
Yeah, it goes up both sides of the fairways, but like right now we have 5 on each green. They had 10 on each green because half of them just go in, half of them just go out to do the rough.
I got
And
it now.
we don't really need that. That's more of a high-end country club kind of look. So I'm trying to get them back to where we need to be.
He also gave us a number per head too, and I don't recall what that was without looking at my notes.
He was just estimating it's like 3,000 or 3,500 a head, just kind of an overall estimate of what the whole project might be.
Is this a project that from doing the work standpoint, something that could be phased in over 2 or 3 years?
He did say you could do like 9 one year and 9 the next, but it's going to end up being more expensive because of bringing all the equipment and everything, taking it away, bringing it back, that kind of thing. But it's possible, yes.
It is possible to do.
He also has people that buy the equipment 1 year and then sit on it for a year or two and then install it.
Mm.
Yeah, all the materials you can buy now while it's at its price before it ends up going up more.
Well,
You pay for it when they order it, or do you pay for it when it's installed?
You pay for it when you receive it, and then the person he's talking to is a supplier of the equipment.
I'm just wondering
And
if
we-
it does delay expenditures.
We'd have to then hire someone, a contractor, to install them.
Okay.
He has recommended contractors they use that are used to it, but he also warned that it's not something you want to skimp on. You wanted somebody that knows golf courses.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
okay.
So I would first let Don get it narrowed down, get a plan, so we can kind of talk and know what the number might be. And then see what the equipment number is and kind of take it from there.
At the point in which we do this would be probably a spring installation?
It's usually over the winter if possible.
Is it, okay,
Yeah, and it'll take, I think he said about 3 months. So it kind of depends on the whoever's doing it schedule as to when we can get in and how far ahead we're looking too.
okay. All right, well, get us as much information as you can on this and, you know, it's something that we're gonna have to find a way to do. But, we'll do it and get it done.
I did also look into the grants through the SRBC, and you basically have to be ready to go. You have to have all your prices and everything before you can apply for a grant because they only give you so much percent of what you're looking for. So we're not there yet.
Okay,
Okay, thanks.
thank you.
It's good to know.
All right. Getting back to the pro shop renovation. Um, can we take next step? What would be the next steps on this process, Cindy, to sort of get it in gear and get it moving?
Well, I think you need us, the committee, to take a look at the actual design in terms of the layout, make sure that's what you want. Have a talk with him about the insulation that he's using, how he's insulating, because that did drive the cost up. Make sure Jim's happy with the layout, John's happy with the layout.
So we'll put that in the hands of the lease negotiating and real estate committee? That sound right?
It was in the hands of finance and operations, but it can go anywhere you'd like.
Any thoughts, guys?
Maybe to the course operations committee? I guess it doesn't really matter. We just need to get the stuff in front of them. One of the committees can do it.
I think we
Yeah.
can stay where it is.
Which, finance and operations?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys will take a look at this and determine whether the general layout that we've been presented with, you know, will work, and then take it to the next step with a more detailed proposal. With the pricing, you know, fine tuned to wherever it is, wherever it comes in.
Can we set up a meeting with the staff and the committee and review all this stuff?
Did you want Gorski there?
I think that'd be good.
Okay.
Good idea.
First week in March?
No. I'll be away.
Okay. We heard about the SRBC grant. And then we also have the budget to actual reports for December. Any questions or comments on the,
I guess my only question is, when's it appropriate to engage with the financial consultant to start looking at numbers? And see what their recommendations are relative to financing or issuing a bond or whatever.
Well, you know, to be realistic about it, for the money we're talking about for doing the pro shop, I don't think he would want to go into a bond issue for that small an amount, to be very honest with you. I think,
For the
personally,
benefit of the recording, can we talk into the microphones?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I feel that for that small amount of, well, it's a lot of money, but it's a relatively small project to go after bonding on, or
Mhm.
go for bonds. I would think we would do better to do an evaluation of some local banks and get some rates from them to see. It's also going to be important to figure out, what are we going to contribute to that? Are we going to borrow the entire amount? Are we going to contribute half of it or whatever? So I think that can be done pretty, pretty quickly and pretty easily.
So we'll look at just financing it through regular bank process, a regular banking process, right?
Just my,
Yeah,
just my opinion, I think that makes the most sense. I don't know if anybody else has any comments. Daniel, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I think we have the people on different committees that we can work through that without trying to spend money unless we can't, unless we can't get to the end of the result that we want, but.
I'd also ask that everybody give some thought to how much of our current available cash that we would want to put towards this as a down payment. And therefore, that would give us some idea. Once we come to an agreement on that, that'll give us some idea of what amount of money that we'll want to finance. Make sense?
Yeah.
And it looks like we have, in one way, shape, or form, on the trial balance for the EHRA, it looks like we have more than $700,000. Now, we're not going to commit that entire 700,000, but we want to think about whether we want to put half towards that, 30% of that amount towards it. And then we'll go from there.
Well, what I would do is I look at what the cost of the project's going to be. Figure out what level of payment we would need over 10 years or 15 years, or whatever we're going to borrow it at, 7 years, whatever. Because we have to make the payment affordable. I mean, we can't put 200,000 down and borrow, say, 800,000 and then have like $150,000-$180,000 yearly payment. When we know we got carts coming up, we got maybe a pump to replace, those type of things. So I think we need a cost of the project.
Okay.
I mean, we have a rough cost. I know that. Would you say 1,200,000?
1,027,000.
27,000. Okay. So it's roughly $1 million.
Okay.
I think if we start talking to banks, because that'll give us, the rate's not going to be much different depending on the number. As we get some of those conversations going, we'll have all the stuff back from Don. We'll be able to see some breakouts. We'll know what the pump actually costs from a material standpoint. And we can start putting those pieces together.
As far as the golf carts are concerned, we've paid for the golf carts out of our normal operating revenue over the last 3 years. So it's not like we'll need to take out. I mean, we may need to borrow a little bit, maybe a 3 to 5 year loan. But paying for that will not be extra financing, will it?
You borrowed funds from the township.
Right, for a short period of time, but over a 3 or 4 year period, we handled that expense,
Right,
just regular golf course operating revenue.
right.
We didn't really borrow any, borrowed from Big Brother, but
But there isn't a golf court payment in for 26, right?
No, it's paid off.
And we figure maybe in 27 or 28, there'll be a payment.
I think
But
they
in the
extended 2 more
meantime,
years.
who
Yeah.
knows where fertilizer, seeds, sand, where that's going to go? You're not going to be static in 27 or 28, Tom. Your other costs are going to go up. So depending what your trade-in value of the carts are, et cetera, I'm just saying you're going to have some type of payment to somebody, whether it's the township or lease
Yeah, yeah.
purchase. Yeah.
I understand, but we're gonna make that payment from regular operating income.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the way you could look at it. As long as we had proper terms.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have 2 and maybe a third year of no payments on the golf carts. So all those payments, not saying that we made the money back, but it's not an expense that's there. So, and the fertilizer stuff, I don't think it can move far enough to hurt because that's a bigger, the golf carts were a bigger dollar amount than what fertilizer would be. I think that, I mean,
Well,
it's not going to stay static,
no,
but that's not going to change
that's gonna
100,000,
take away all that extra income, but there are costs that are going up, like the healthcare cost. Look at what that figure went up in 26 from 25. I mean, there's these costs that will eat into some of that, unencumbered revenue.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Just be
Well-
careful that, how much we put down so that we have some leeway there.
Of course. And then we also have to take increased costs into consideration, as we set our rates for next year.
Yeah.
It's another thing to look at.
That's here tonight.
Hmm?
That's here tonight to consider.
Rate proposal?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Want to consider the proposals from the bank brokers? Or did you want to go out and do that yourselves? I know you're not looking for a bond issue, but you're still looking for a bank, competitive bank, and you're looking for various terms.
Isn't PFM going to do that?
We haven't decided yet. The board tabled it.
And that was tabled because
You
if
really
we go
didn't
with
know where-
Gorski, we don't need the other side of it, right?
Well, I don't know what your direction is. You can't go after money unless you know how much money you want.
Right.
And you need a scope before you,
Yeah.
Do we need help getting money? I mean, we go out and get money all the time from a township standpoint, right?
we contact a few banks. Do we get the best possible rate there's out there? I don't know. And we are looking for investments, not loans. It's a little different.
Right.
We don't go out for loans. We don't analyze terms.
There's no specific bank that we have to go to.
Mm-mm. No.
I know if know a few
Well,
bankers.
PFM does that, or
Yes,
anybody else, RBC or whoever,
Yes.
does that. I mean,
Yeah,
they
who would
do
be
that.
interested,
Then their costs should be lower because there's not as much work as bonds.
yes.
I mean, the bank I work for, we respond to RFPs all the time for loans. So, and it's not a school district or a county, it's usually some third party group that does it. It's up to how much work the staff can do too.
Yeah, and we're pretty much maxed out, I have to tell you, with Gina being out.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. If
Till
you want to do
mid-year.
this next month or two, I understand Gina will be out till April.
Yes,
That, we don't want to wait till May to start this.
Well, we want to the first step is getting a clearer idea of how much money or what the cost is going to be.
Mhm.
And then, as I said, how much of the cost we feel comfortable with buying. And
So the first 2 steps would be finance and operations to drill down Gorski's estimate and get hard numbers that we can crunch from a budget. And then Don drilling down his irrigation stuff. So we have some numbers on that, and then we can put it together and decide on the value we want to go after versus what we're putting down.
can we try to get the Gorski meeting or the meeting of the Finance and Operations Committee? Can we try to get that done before our next meeting?
are you putting those 2 projects together or are you keeping them separate? I'm confused.
Which one?
I think they're gonna be separate irrigation versus the,
Okay.
I think they're
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
separate,
yeah.
but I think we want to see what the difference in numbers because, God forbid, the pump goes down spring. Or let's say in the fall, we know, like, we'll at least have some idea of what that cost is to replace that pump for the
Yeah, I
upcoming.
would think with whatever reserve we had should include some money for the pump.
Well, Don is working on that project.
Yeah,
He's working towards that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go
we're,
and do an
Well,
easy. It'll
we'll have
handle
that
itself.
number, whatever, in
He'll
a
have
week,
that.
couple weeks, a month, whatever.
And whether that pump will be able to get put into the current system, we don't know that yet. So
Right, right.
you really can't,
Well, he's got to find that out. That's
Right,
Don's job.
right.
That's-
That's
Oh,
exactly.
but yeah,
So-
that's just going into the future planning about how much we want to fund the project versus borrow for the project, just to have, so we need both of those to compare in order, to see what we want to put out short-term versus long-term, right?
Do we need a pump in the short term?
No,
Okay, so
Not as-
we're looking at.
But what
Not as long as it continues to work.
Right.
We don't know that. Don
Correct.
doesn't.
Correct.
All right,
Yeah, we're playing with fire, like essentially we're in the fire zone now with that system.
but for now,
But we
we
could
only,
get 3 years out of it.
we only want to, for now, we want to focus on the renovation and the costs associated with that and the
Mhm.
financing associated with that. And move that along as quickly as we can. Because I think that's where the real need is right now.
I agree.
Okay. Blue collar renovations we get.
I just wanted to bring one thing up on that. So they're not doing that renovation. I guess we should look at the lease too, because didn't they say that those doors are in bad working condition? I don't know if that's our responsibility to repair
what's in bed?
the doors
Sliding doors.
the sliding doors that separate the room currently are,
They just don't look nice. They function.
oh, they still function.
Yeah, they don't look nice.
Okay.
And they're not using the rooms, right?
They are.
Well, that's part of the issue too, I think. When we take away the barn, they lose all their storage, which they have been moving into the smaller of the rooms. And that's part of why I think they wanted to just move that. They wanted to take away those doors and move a wall back further so that they can hide all the storage and just create a little bit bigger in one room. But the way it is now, you have the where the doors close, you have just that room because the other side has all the storage in it.
Well, they're going to have to figure out something when the barn is demolished. So if we give them,
Well, that's what they've been doing. I think they've been moving stuff over into the small banquet room,
okay,
but it's, I guess, just an eyesore because it's sitting in a room that potentially could earn money.
well, we listened to them. They had a plan. We approved it. They have to come up with something, I guess.
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, I think from the first time that we talked with them there, to get through the project guidelines, you need a stamped engineered drawing.
Not necessarily, but he closed that door. He provided that plan, which you got a copy of. And that was ridiculous, I have to say. He's got to provide something more than that. How far do you want us to bend over backwards for him? Could he come to the office and in fact, our planner said to him, offered, let's come in and let's see what you can do. We can see what we can do. So, I mean, we're willing to work with him, but it was the same way with the deck.
Yeah.
He got very upset and then blamed us because we were throwing all sorts of roadblocks in his path. So it's kind of disconcerting that now he's doing it again. And it's ultimately going to come back to us.
Yeah.
That we're putting this roadblock in his way.
You remember, I mentioned, you got to be careful of exits and entrances.
Well,
in that
sure.
building. I was here when we did that renovation. And, we had to put exits and all kind of things in because we don't have sprinklers. The job he wanted to do would probably be easier if it did have sprinklers, but that was way out of our budget. What is that, 15 years ago, whatever it was?
Yeah.
Now you can imagine what it's going to be if you tried to do sprinklers. Yeah, he was forewarned about that. I mean, I remember mentioning that.
I mean, if the committee wants to bring him in and sit him down with the planner and see what can be worked out, great. Maybe something can. But he immediately closed the door and
Wow, this sketch doesn't,
I mean,
Well, I know that's,
and I didn't say a word about the sketch. He's the one that said, we're done.
you might want to reach out to him in a month or something, see if he's changed any minds or does he have future plans?
I tried that with the deck and he slapped my face.
Well,
But why would we do that? If he's dropped it, just,
well, that's his first reaction, probably.
Yeah, he's a hothead.
So I'm just saying, maybe let it cool down. Just say, hey, have you come up with any other ideas? Just an open question. No prying. You know, I guess it was the planner, Nate, right? Did he say work with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are ways around it, but
Yeah,
he's,
just see- well, then just
gotta
open the
talk.
door, see if he's willing to, meet us for that. That's all.
I'll
But
come,
I can
I'll
imagine what
I'll
his
convey that to
reaction
them.
was, so I thought,
okay.
Yeah, I can't make right or wrong from this diagram.
I don't know which ends up on that.
I just can't figure it out. I'll touch base with them and
okay.
just tell them what, you gotta
Okay.
give us something better to consider. We can't consider that.
Next up on action items is the cash requirements for December 17th to January the 28th. $105, $105,373. Any questions, guys, moving with the payments this month?
Nothing.
Okay. I'll hear a motion to approve the cash requirement distribution of $105,373.
So moved.
Motion from Mr. Lounsbury. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Enoch. Motion from Mr. Lounsbury, second from Mr. Enoch. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Okay, next up, we've got a 2026 budget discussion and adoption tonight.
Can we go back to the payments for the month? I just had a question.
Sure.
It looks to us, well, it looks to me like we're paying Comcast almost $600 a month for
I saw that too.
cable television. Is that right, Jim?
That's probably internet too, right?
Like
The internet, we're paying a lot more. I think we're paying 15,000 for internet.
I thought there was a Comcast. Yeah, well, it's $598 for the month. So that's 7,000 a year, roughly, 7,200. I just wanted to be sure, is that for 1 month? It's down in,
600 times 12 is 7,200.
yeah,
It's for the pro shop and maintenance.
Yeah.
So it's for the whole.
Telephone/internet pro shop. We have a budget of about $10,000.
well, I was just asking, is this the internet service? Or does this include television channels or whatever? I mean, do we?
My guess is it's just a commercial package that gives us TV,
Channels.
internet and phone.
Well, so it's everything
Not phone, but internet and channels.
in channels. Well, I know commercial is very expensive for that. Our first, our first agreement with them, we got that for free. I was in the contract, but I guess that went out the window.
What do we do? What do we get the phone service through?
It's called Blink. It's a VoIP over internet or like.
Okay.
Is Jim there?
Yes.
He left the room temporarily. I don't know.
Jim,
Sorry,
can
what do you need?
Yeah.
That's just internet. We don't have any cable or anything.
What do you stream channels?
Yes,
Okay.
Who provides the internet?
I believe Diane set that up with Comcast.
Yeah, the internet, but if he streams, yeah,
Okay.
So that's just an internet bill.
that's just the internet bill is what yeah, that's why I wanted to.
And you
find
need
out.
it in the maintenance.
So
You
it's
have to have internet out there because of the computer systems probably.
So it's about 600 a month, 700 a month?
600, yeah.
Have we ever looked at the Glow? See what,
Fiber.
see what they charge us?
It's,
Or just call Comcast.
Hmm?
Just a phone call to Comcast might be able to straighten that out in a little bit.
We'll take a look at it.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if that's excessive or not, to be honest, for,
Commercial's a lot more than what you pay at home, that's for sure. So
right.
I just wanted to know if it was just internet or included, channels and all that stuff.
Okay, we had a couple of good comments from Doug about some items here, adjusting the budget. Cindy, that makes sense?
I think you replied back to him on that too, but I think he may not have been at the one meeting where we talked about the rebates that we get back or excess supply that we have. Like basically he was saying that we should be adjusting our fertilizer and stuff up because of what the actual was, but we buy ahead. So it all evens itself back out.
Don's comfortable with the 125. And I'm comfortable with the 14 for the audit.
And that's what's in there now?
Yes.
Okay. The only other thing that I saw here is from a income standpoint, since we have an idea now of what we possibly can expect in the coming year for our incentive blue collar profit sharing. Should we put 40 grand in there for the coming year? 26? I mean, we're actually going to get the income in 26, right?
You'd want to put that in your capital reserve, which is where the lease income goes. So you could put the 51,000. I like my 91 better, but
I do too, but
So you can put the 51,000 in there for the unaudited number, and then if you want to put 40,000 or 50,000. I think you're probably safe at 50. They're probably going to go up from here.
okay. I'm good with 52, but I just think we should put a number in there because we're expecting to get it. Okay.
When does that invoice go out to them?
As soon as I get around to it, like in the next day or so.
Like, is that a lump sum that they owe then?
Yes,
Or-
there is no provision for dividing it up.
Okay. So we'll get it soon.
Kind of big hit for them. Hopefully they were anticipating it.
You gotta hope so. That's a big chunk in that industry.
So with the one modification to the budget, adding that 50 grand, I'll hear a motion to approve our 2026 East Hempfield Township Recreation Authority budget for 2026.
I move.
Motion from Mr. Krimmel. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second from Mr. Trump. Motion from Mr. Krimmel, second from Mr. Trump. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Okay. Golf operations update, equipment schedule, which is provided. Any questions about the equipment schedule? And And I'm assuming the equipment schedule dovetails with the I thought I saw something on our
Capital expenditure.
capital expenditure.
Mhm.
So we're looking at a rough mower for 94K, a tractor for 30, two mowers at 108. So we're looking at about 200,000 here.
The rough mower and the tractor were bought last year.
Mhm.
Oh, they are. Okay, so we're just
135, isn't it?
Just the two mowers at 110.
two mowers at 110. So all we're gonna do is pay for those. So the rough mower is still out there as a need?
No, nope, we got that. Not the rough mower and the tractor we received, as well as the attachments to the one. I believe.
Yeah, we got a blower for the vent track.
Okay,
Yes, that's all received and paid for.
all right. So what is on the equipment schedule here?
Just the two new greens mowers for this year. And then the rest is just kind of looking ahead. We got a big chunk of what we need in the last 4 or so years. So it's just kind of some stuff here and there as we go for the next couple years.
Okay, good. Any comment on the equipment schedule from here? All right. Thank you. 2026 rate proposal. Jim, you want to review this with us?
Yeah, that's just our normal, it's not set in stone until we do our competitive analysis, but that's what we're looking at, the rates there for 2026 based off the past 2 years. And looking at our utilization, our higher is on the weekends, so we feel comfortable with that price. Weekday, I mean, it is what it is, so it's our normal going up $1 or $2 here and there.
Okay. So this is subject to change?
Yes, most likely it will stay the same, but we like to see what the other courses are doing, so we stay in line with them. But we're comfortable with those increases.
And looking at the big picture, about what do you think the percentage increase is over last year?
Overall, it's about 3.5%.
All right, any questions, guys?
Yeah.
Bob,
On the cart fee, that's a per person cart fee? The $16?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been inching that up. I mean, realistically, we should be up around 20. But when we took over, it was only at $10 at that time. So we've gradually brought it up across
Right.
the board for everything.
Right. Okay.
since you brought up the cart issue, question for you on carts. When did we get our current crop of carts? How many years ago? 3 or 4?
4 years ago.
All right. And the useful life of a cart, you would say would be what, 7?
Well, the lithium batteries under warranty for 8 years. So realistically, we should be able to get another 3 to 4 years out of them.
So we won't be looking at new carts until perhaps 3030 or 2030.
Yeah, 2029 or 2030.
Okay. That sounds good to me. So That'll take care of the cart.
Mhm.
All right. Let's move on to new business. Any new business tonight? Uh, Do we need to approve the equipment schedule and the rate proposal, Cindy? Not, no, it's just,
They're informational.
Yeah.
Change.
uh, any new business here this evening? Talk about? Okay, hearing none. Want to approve the minutes for December 16th, 2025 meeting. Any additions or comments to the minutes? Hearing none, I'll hear a motion to approve the December 16th, 2025 minutes of the East Hempfield Recreation Authority. I'll make a motion to do that. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Uh, Second from Mr. Lounsbury. Motion from Mr. Bennett, second from Mr. Lounsbury. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Okay. And again, we're going to try to have this finance and operations meeting with Gorski in time for our next meeting, some type of report at our next meeting, if possible.
Sounds good.
Okay? All right. Thank you. Meeting adjourned at this point.
Thank you.
You bet. Stay warm.